Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly, and I've got a good one for you today. I'm on the beautiful back bay, just enjoying a very brisk morning, 44 degrees. But today, you need to get better at what you do, and we're going to cover that. Please do not forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And today we have a sponsor, Calinex Mines, which I will talk about a little bit later. But let's get into it. You need to get better at what you do. Sounds like one of the Dan motivational talks, but it's not. This is from the Ford CEO, Jim Farley. The American auto industry is completely upside down, guys. It's a disaster right now. And there's going to be a massive recession, if you believe the experts. I think that we're in it. And if you look at the car industry is completely in trouble, and it's going full force right now. Jim Farley steps forward in a town hall meeting that they do at least monthly at Ford with all the employees. And he issued a warning and said, you need to get better at what you do because everybody's expendable in the company. Now, this is a lesson for every employer right now. If you don't think that your job could be eliminated right now, quit sniffing glue, guys. That's all I got to say, because this is not good. Ford has lost money hand over fist for the last few years. The green energy thing has been a complete debacle. All the electric cars has been a disaster. And you can sit there and you can say, oh, they're just getting started in it. How about the fact that every electric car they sell, they lose money on? That's inspirational. I want to invest in that company. To compete with Elon Musk, Tesla lowered the price of their cars, and Ford, because they can't sell on quality, did the same thing. They lowered the price of their vehicles. That's nuts, guys. So Jim Farley steps forward, tells everybody their job could be expendable, and they're looking to eliminate 3,000 jobs, 3,000 more jobs at Ford. They've already cut 3,000 jobs at Ford over the course of the last year. If you have read anything or seen anything, it's not looking good for Ford. So GM on the other side, GM has made a bunch of money. They made $10 billion last year when they announced their profit. Fantastic. GM is doing better, largest American car company, all that stuff. Quality still isn't really there. They've got issues. But think about this. Over the course of last year, how many recalls do you think Ford has had? Guess. 5, 8, 65, guys. Staggering 65. I had to look this up because when I read that, I was like, did they misquote that? 65 recalls for their vehicles. So talking about a problem with a car company, there's that. Now, we have seen hundreds of thousands of people get laid off since 2023 happened. Here we are in February, and you're looking at a complete disaster for, companies willing to cut cost. Ford and GM, another article below talking about how they've got to cut costs and everything. The supply chain issues have not been solved, and they don't know what they're going to do, but they need to move forward in selling vehicles. The problem with this is you've seen companies do this. They'll have a problem. Hey, we're going to regroup, but we're not going to sell anything. We're not going to deliver anything for 14 days and going to fix everything. And then we'll start to sell the product. You can't do that in the auto industry. You've got the manufacturing lines. You've got to move the product. The cars have got to get sold. The problem with it is that a lot of these cars are not complete right now. So you're seeing Ford have to do all these disastrous things right now and make all these decisions that are not working, but they're sitting around with the employees and with the management teams and saying, what can you do to be better? Who can you eliminate? You need to do better at your job or you will not be here. Imagine that, guys. Imagine that being the thing that people are dealing with right now when it comes to Ford. So GM is trying to cut costs. They have nothing but problems when it comes to the supply chain as well, but they're doing a little bit better than Ford is right now. Ford's CFO, John Lawler, he steps forward and says, we've got to cut costs any way that we can right now, and they can't meet the demand to lower costs. They're just going to lose money. That's what they've talked about. So great articles below, but if you think that the American auto industry is in remotely decent shape right now, you're kidding yourself right now. But this is a lesson to be learned by everyone right now. And the lesson to be learned is that your job is not secure right now. We've always talked about having side gigs and side hustles and things like that. But man, look at every aspect of your life right now, because the people at Google that got laid off, that were stunned, people that got their emails in the middle of the night as they were feeding their babies, realizing, oh my God, I don't have a job anymore. Never thought that would happen. These people at Ford, where their grandfather worked at Ford and now they work at Ford, the job could be gone tomorrow. And for us to talk about the country going into recession, this is a joke, guys. It's an absolute, it's such a farce. We are in a recession. Every expert talks about it, and that's where we're at right now. So do yourself a favor. Look at your jobs. Look at everything with your finances right now, because nothing is good right now. And I try to tell people this, and I try to, look at, everything that's going around you. Look at your industry. Look at how you can trim your finances. We had my girlfriend's memorial yesterday. A lot of great people there. A lot of good business people, lawyers, and all these other peoples that were there. She was a lawyer herself. And of course, everybody starts talking about the channel and business and where it's headed. And the consensus for over 100 people is that there's a problem. There's a big problem. And what you need to do is save money. And the majority of these people, and a lot of them are, talking loaded, super successful people in that room, talking about how we're not spending money this year. So think of this. We're not going to travel. We're not going to buy airline tickets. We're not going to play nearly as much golf as we did. We're not going to do the extracurricular things. The women talking about how they're going without getting their hair done. They're doing less, spending less. And these people can afford to do that. But that's what we should be doing right now. So what do you guys think about this? I think that you're going to see things get so much worse before it gets better. And Ford, hey, do better or else. That is the mantra for every employer with every employer right now. And if you don't think that your job could be eliminated, you're kidding yourself, to say the least. So let me know what you guys think about this. Let's talk about our sponsor, Callinex Mines. Their ticker symbol is CLLXF. Now, guys, I am not giving you financial advice. Do your own due diligence. But let's talk about Callinex. You guys have wanted better mining companies. You've reached out, companies that are more solid. The advantage to Callinex is that they have been around a while. They currently trade right around $2.50 a share. But this is a company that has seen explosive growth in the past. And they are currently in a drilling process right now, which has always been around the time that their stock has shot up. So this is the perfect time to talk to you about this. I'm going to give you some specific dates. When you look at, June 12th to February 5th, 2021, the stock went from 79 cents to $4.49. And then, by the way, that's a 486% move. It also had a 1 week where it went up 150% on news of drilling. That was July 17th through July 24th of 2020. Now, one thing that you have with this company is you've got leadership. You've got a man named Max Porterfield, who is one of the founders of the company. But the one thing that I look for with the smaller stocks is the ownership with management. And between Max and his family, they control about 25% of the company. And Max himself has a 10% ownership in the company, which you generally don't see with smaller companies. Institutions carry about 40% of the ownership as well. So 50% of the company, guys, is completely wrapped up with Max and with the institution investors. Now, one thing that's amazing is that Calinex is sitting on something called a VMS deposit, which is everything. It's got gold, silver, zinc, copper, a little bit of everything. And there's value in that because one thing that's happened is there's a mine called the 777 mine that is currently being closed down. And you've got everybody in the town that basically has worked in this mine, and now Calinex comes to town, and this is right next to the 777 mine. So people are betting that Calinex is going to move forward and be very successful in the future, with what they're doing with their drilling. Now, one thing you have to do when it comes to these mining stocks is look at everything as a whole. And the first thing is Calinex is located right next to one of the world's largest VMS deposits that's ever been discovered, the 777 mine. The entire town has worked this mine forever, and right now Calinex has the property right next door to that. So the entire town is banking on the future of Calinex and moving this forward. So here you've got management that owns a huge stake in the company. You've got a technical team that's unbelievable. They just hired a man named Peter Jones. They did a press release on that just a week ago about how he's coming on board, but he used to work at that other mine. Now, I like Calinex for a few reasons, but the VMS deposit that they sit on is a big deal. A VMS contains everything, guys. It's not just silver. It's not just gold, copper, zinc. It's everything. It's a mixture of it all. And they've just had a recent silver discovery that's amazing. They just hired more people to their management team. They just added a man named Peter Jones, who ran Flin Flon, famous mining sector area, and also the 777 project. So this guy knows construction, he knows development, he knows how to get this product out of the ground so they can make money on it. Now, here's a few things. The company's got no debt at all, which is amazing. So whenever there's been news, the company shoots up in price. And right now, it's basically off 40% from its recent highs. So at $2.50, they're talking about things that could be as high as a 2,000% increase in the stock price with the solid news. They're drilling right now, and whenever they drill, they get explosive results. They get great news, and with the great news comes the increased share price. So it's one of those things you guys need to look at, and the potential for Calinex, could be great. But again, I look for solid companies for you guys, and I like Calinex as a potential investment. Now, when it comes to mining, Canada is the safest jurisdiction, seriously, in the world. Everything's good. Everything points to them having no issues when it comes to getting things out of the ground. And they are drilling constantly. That's all they're doing right now. And they're expanding their management team right now, which is a good sign. This is not a company that is in trouble. This is a company moving forward in the marketplace right now. There is a great company, Altius Minerals, in the mining sector. And Altius believes in Calinex so much that they bought in 500,000 Canadian dollars at $3.11 a share. Guys, it's at $2.50 right now. So Altius believes this thing is going to go much higher. You should look at this and understand this, that for this thing to go up 50% is realistic. They're drilling right now. There's all this news right now that's coming out, and this could be a stock that could absolutely shoot up over the course of the next few months. Take a look at Calinex Mine, CLLXF, guys. Now, when you look at a company like Altius, this is one of the most successful mining companies in the sector. It really is. Their stock, think about this, went from 40 cents to $29. $29. Now, for them to step up and write a check for $500,000 is a big deal, guys. This is something that votes to the confidence of their faith in Calinex, where Calinex is headed. But you have to look at players like that because everybody's talking about, where things are going. The speculation for the mining industry, it's going to be huge, guys. People need to be in safe haven investments. You've got to look at things like silver and silver production. Think about the last few interviews we had. Gerald Celente was on talking about how important silver is in the marketplace. All the industrial needs, there is not enough of it. All the electric cars with Ford and everybody else, they've got to have silver. So companies like Callinex that are already mining, this is not a speculative play. This is a company that's out there drilling and getting results right now. Do yourself a favor, look at CLLXF today. I'm not giving you financial advice. Do your own due diligence, but take a look at these guys today because I think you'll be happy with it. Hey guys, out here filming. Dennis just drove by and subscriber wanted to say hi.
Newport Dunes, come on down and visit us.
All right. Thanks, brother. I really appreciate the compliment, man. Okay. Thanks, man. Have a great day. Good luck. It's always so awesome to run into subscribers, and I always appreciate it. Can't do this video without talking about Super Bowl, guys. Think about this. Right now, you're going to see Super Bowl bets double from $486 million last year to $1.18 billion in bets. Are you guys going to bet in the Super Bowl this year? Are you going to do the office pool? Did you guys do that? So many people are doing that this year. But things are off, guys, and give you guys an idea of how bad the economy is right now. Gotta watch so you don't get ran over when you do this. There's a great guy in Phoenix who's got 95 Airbnbs. These people come out, you guys, when an event happens like the Super Bowl, and they think they're going to make just a money hand over fist. And Rick Farley is sitting there saying, I am so disappointed in what happened. The guy specifically bought Airbnbs to rent out during the Super Bowl, and he's only at 45% occupancy because nobody's traveling to Phoenix right now because nobody has any money right now. So think about this. He had to lower the price from $1,500 a day down to $500 a day. Guys, I'm telling you, if I'm going to spend $500 to stay someplace, I'm going to a hotel, and they're going to treat me amazing for that. So, the Airbnb thing is fun when I have somebody else do it. When they book it for me and they invite me and you go to the house, that's all cool. But this guy, 95 properties, completely upside down. That's the shape of things to come. And what else is there to do in Phoenix, guys, other than the Super Bowl right now? So once the Super Bowl folds up tent, this week, it's done, guys. And that entire industry is going to be upside down. How do you guys feel about Airbnbs? I think that this is an industry that's going to be completely shocked. The other thing is when you guys travel and you guys get hit with the resort fee, negotiate. When you walk in the hotel, I don't want to pay the resort fee. How about that? Oh, you have to, sir. Everybody pays a resort fee. No, they don't. Okay? So you can negotiate things like that. You can negotiate as a whole, too. How much is it for my entire stay? How about if I give you $100 for that? Oh, so we can't do that. Okay? So you don't want me to spend $1 here. You don't want me to eat at the restaurant. You want me to, hop out of here and not enjoy this place at all, because that's what I will. I'll just use it to sleep at night and make sure you clean my room twice a day. No, we don't want that. So it's always options, guys. But this year, very few car commercials are going to be there on the Super Bowl. Do you care about the commercials? Do you watch the commercials? Is that a big deal for you like it used to be? Best thing about the Super Bowl is it means baseball is going to start. And that was pretty much the consensus at the memorial last time. We talked about everything. So share your thoughts on this stuff, guys. Tell me if this is a big deal for you at all or not. I'm going to finish this video with a couple of stories. And if you guys ever lived in an association, or do you have an association right now? There's a great story here from Orange County, California, about a condo complex in Yorba Linda, California, which is, Yorba Linda is right next to Corona. It's like one of the furthest cities east. It's beautiful, nice area, Arnold Schwarzenegger had a house on top of the hill at one point, and just a nice city. But there's an association that just said, hey, listen, we have a new assessment, $9,000 per unit because we have a shortfall. They raised the rates, hundreds of dollars a month. So much so that people that bought the house in the last 2 years that have seen values increase are like, I can't afford this. I don't have an extra $9,000 a year. Think about this. This could total in the next 4 years as high as $60,000, they say, for these people with these assessments if they continue with what they've proposed. So when you move into these associations, you have to look at, what am I going to pay? Oh, I'm just paying so much a month. Now, I was the president of my association for the architectural committee at one point, and this was decades ago, and it was awful. People are awful. People are spiteful. People are horrible. I could tell you a story. I could do videos on they put a wreath up in front of their door for the holidays. Let's find them. Okay. My favorite one was my girlfriend at the time cut her hand in the kitchen. We had to go to the emergency room, and I was washing the car, and I left the hose out front, and I got a notice that they were going to fine me $15 a day for the hose. And I said, do you guys do this all the time to people? No wonder they hate us. Oh, I didn't know that was your house. Just throw that away. No. That's not the point. The point is you leave notes like this on people's doors. No wonder why they can't stand the association and they want nothing to do with us. But this whole thing, guys, of having assessments, not, hey, you owe us $9,000 or else. People don't have money right now, guys. People that bought the houses, and read the article below, have been spread so thin as a result of everything right now that there's just no room left over. So share your thoughts on this stuff, guys, because I think this is the shape of things to come. I was in another association where there was mismanagement, and some guy decided to write himself a check for about $30,000, and our recourse was to sue this gambling degenerate. Okay, so again, maybe he's betting on the Super Bowl today, but the point is that these people squander this money and it's all done. So what are you going to do? Tell me. Have you been in an association? Do you think it's good? Let me know. Share your thoughts on everything. Take a look at our sponsor, Callinex Mind, CLLXF. And again, guys, your job is not secure. It's not. You should let your employees know the same thing. Now, there's two ways to do this. You can sit there and say, do better, like Mr. Farley said, or you can threaten them and say, I can fire everybody, which I don't recommend the second one. Okay? Onward and upward, guys. I will see you very soon. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And a lot more coming very soon, guys.